All right, let's dive into a book that has, believe it or not, probably created more millionaires than any other. Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. So, what's the big secret? You know that feeling, right? We've all been there. You're putting in the work, you're hitting all these obstacles, and right when it feels the absolute hardest, you stop. And then that question just eats at you. What if I had just kept going for one more day? Well, that's the promise of this book. It's all built around one incredibly powerful idea. And it's illustrated by a true story that shows just how thin the line is between incredible success and giving up just moments too soon. So it all starts with this guy named R.U. Darby. He got swept up in the gold rush, went west, and was absolutely certain he was going to strike it rich. And at first, it looked like he was right. Darby and his uncle actually struck gold, and you can just imagine the excitement. They poured everything they had into buying machinery and started drilling. But then, poof, the vein of gold just vanished. After days of coming up with nothing, they were defeated. They gave up. So they sold all their expensive equipment for just pennies on the dollar to a local junk man. But here's where the story takes the turn. This junk man, he had a totally different approach. Before he did anything, he did the one thing the Darbys never even thought of. He went and got some expert advice. And what the engineer told him was just stunning. See, the Darbys had failed because they didn't understand something called fault lines. The gold was still there. It was just 3 feet from where they had stopped drilling. 3 feet. That junk man went on to pull millions and millions of dollars from that mine. And R.U. Darby? Well, he learned the most expensive lesson of his entire life. You never, ever stop 3 feet from gold. Now, Darby took this incredibly painful lesson and used it to build a huge career in insurance. He never again confused a temporary setback with permanent failure. And this exact idea, that every failure is really just hiding the seed of success, is the absolute foundation of Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. You see, Hill was actually tasked by Andrew Carnegie, the richest man in the world at the time, to spend 20 years interviewing giants like Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, and Theodore Roosevelt. He was looking for that one common thread, a kind of secret formula for success they all used. And guess what? He found it. And it's woven through every single page of this book. So what did he find? Well, it all starts right here, with the first and most important step of all. It's not just about wanting something. It's about having a burning desire for it. This is not some casual, yeah, I'd like to be rich someday. No. This is an all-consuming obsession. It's a goal that's so clear and so intense that you think about it day and night. Hill tells this amazing story from Darby's past to illustrate the point. A little girl whose family was desperate for just 50 cents went up to Darby's uncle, who was this really tough, intimidating guy. He yelled at her, tried to scare her away, but she didn't even flinch. She just stood there, looked him right in the eye, and screamed with this incredible intensity. And this powerful man was just conquered. Her desire was so focused, so absolute, that it became this irresistible force. That is burning desire. So that brings us to the second lesson, which ties right back to our gold mine story. Desire gets you started, for sure, but persistence is what actually gets you across the finish line. Think about it. The Darbys had the desire, but the second they hit a major obstacle, it fizzled out. Their persistence was broken. But the junk man, he hit that exact same wall, but instead of quitting, he just made a new plan. He refused to see a temporary problem as the final word. You see, persistence isn't really about brute force. It's a state of mind. It's a decision you make way in advance that you are simply not going to quit, no matter what happens. It's the confidence to look past the setbacks and just keep going until the job is done. Okay, so you've got the burning desire, you've got unwavering persistence, but Napoleon Hill says that no great fortune, no massive success is ever achieved alone. For that, you need the power of a mastermind. Now, this is way more than just teamwork. Hill describes it as this unique energy that's created when two or more minds come together with a single goal. It's like they create a third mind that's smarter and more powerful than any one person. It's how you cover your weaknesses with someone else's strengths. A perfect example of this, the creation of US Steel. So Charles Schwab, who was Andrew Carnegie's top guy, gives this incredible 90-minute speech about his grand vision for the steel industry. And in the audience is JP Morgan, the most powerful banker on the planet. Morgan was totally captivated. That one meeting, that fusion of Schwab's industry knowledge and Morgan's financial power, literally gave birth to the world's first billion-dollar company. That's the power of a mastermind. Okay, so we've gone through the big ideas, but the real question is, how do you actually put this stuff into practice? Well, Hill gives a super clear, actionable plan. This is Hill's famous 6-step formula for turning a desire into reality. First, get specific. Don't just want more money. Pick an exact number. Second, decide what you're willing to give in return. Third, set a hard deadline. Fourth, make a plan. And, this is key, start right away. Fifth, write it all down. Make it real. And finally, read that statement out loud twice a day. The idea is to program your subconscious mind to see and feel like you've already achieved your goal. And really, this one idea drives the whole philosophy. Every single thing you see around you that was made by a person started as just a thought, a desire in someone's mind. The only real limit you have is your own mind. So, what is the big secret that Carnegie told Hill all those years ago? Well, Hill never actually names it in the book. Why? Because it isn't just one thing. It's the powerful combination of all these principles working together. A burning desire, backed by relentless persistence, and then supercharged by a mastermind alliance. The secret has been mentioned over and over again right here, just like it is in the book. It's hidden in plain sight, but only for those who are actually ready to see it. So the only question left is, now that you've seen it, what are you going to do with it? If you enjoyed this breakdown of a classic, make sure you subscribe for more deep dives that turn timeless wisdom into real actionable steps. Thanks so much for watching.